Hey everyone, it's RevTrev, and in the biggest game of the year, we come out with a point. Is it good enough? Will it be good enough? Let's talk about this game. There's so much to talk about. I wish we got the 2 points. It is what it is. Let's hit the intro and dive into this. I wish we got the 2 points. Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Canucks. My name is RevTrev, and I'm so glad you're here tonight. We're talking about the Blues Canucks game, the biggest game of the year, both tied at 75 points. Massive game. And like cool that on the schedule, you're sitting there and you're going, what? They're tied and they're playing each other. And this is the first game of the 6-game road trip the Vancouver Canucks do, and they land in St. Louis of all places. Man alive, this is a huge game. This is a huge game. We needed the 2 points, right, everyone? We needed the 2 points. And it is disappointing. It is disappointing we didn't win this game. We didn't come out better. But give St. Louis some credit. They had played us pretty well. Just trying to make sure I don't say anything I'm going to regret. Just thinking, I understand the fan base is going to be really upset at this, like really upset that we didn't win this game in the proper way. It is what it is. But I'm taking solace in the fact that we got a point out of this. Now, Calgary wins, so St. Louis is ahead of us now in the standings. Calgary wins, and that's a big deal. That's a big deal as well. So if we go to the standings, I guess wild card is the right way to do it. Yeah. So this is terrible. Okay. So when you look at the standings, bring this up right now. For the wild card, right? People are like, can we catch the Kings? Can we catch the Wild? How about we just make it into the playoffs here? And that really hurts. So games played, the Flames or the St. Louis Blues have 70 games played. We have 69. We're 1 point behind them. Then they got the Flames, who are 1 game behind us. So they still have 2 games in hand over St. Louis. So it gives Calgary some life. Utah is still pretty far down, but could still somehow, if they go on a winning streak, make it. And so it makes the race pretty interesting, in my opinion. It's pretty dang interesting, if you ask me. I'm at that stage where it's like, like we got to start winning some games here. And I know there's no better time than the present, but that would have been really great. That would have been really great if we could have won that game there. That would have been really, really fantastic. But we fall short, and it's the 4-3 overtime loss. Now, there's lots to talk about, but this is the big question I want to ask you, and I want to dive into this question is, are you buying that the Canucks have to play good defensive hockey and low shots to have a shot at winning games? That is what is being said on the radio. That's what people are talking about. Why does this team continually get outshot night after night? Why don't they show up? They come off a major high and a great game against the Winnipeg Jets and then just can't get it done against the Blues. And that's a great question to ask. In all honesty, it's a great question to ask. Why is it? Are you buying this narrative that with this roster, the Canucks can't have to play defensive hockey in order to win hockey games, which means lack of scoring chances, especially shots on goal? We were getting outshot 12-3 in the first period. We had 9. We both had 9 shots in the second period and 5 shots in the third period. And then St. Louis outshot us 3-1 in overtime and lost the game. By the way, I forgot to write this down. I'm going to put this on this right now. Can we just talk about the Sherwood snipe tonight? What a goal by Kiefer Sherwood. He has been a fantastic addition to this hockey club. I have been so impressed, not only by his hitting, but his effort. And he's got, 15 goals now, if I see that correctly? 15 goals now on a pass from Hronek and Marcus Pettersson to tie the game up at 1. And just sitting there, and then this is so great, right? Like, this is so great. He gets that snipe, and it's an unbelievable. Now, granted, the thing about Binnington is that you needed to have traffic in front of him. If you just let pucks, if he sees the pucks, he's able to stop them. Most part, he's really good. He's been really good. And then we saw what he can do for Nations. He's a Stanley Cup winner. He's had some struggles, and a lot of people have criticized Binnington, but man, he's looking good in the pipes, everyone. He is looking good in that net. And that goal, screened, snipe shot, Sherwood, unbelievable. And then again, Brock Boeser scores his 200th, which is amazing. It was absolutely amazing to get his 200th. And then the Blues go and score 2 goals in 24 seconds, retake the lead. And, just by the way, it looked like the game's over. But with 2.7 seconds left, Brock Boeser comes down the side and hammers it past. Absolutely hammers it. A snipe of a slap shot past Binnington to tie the game up. Are you kidding me? Brock, who's been invisible for probably a couple weeks now, has come to play 2 games in a row. 2 games in a row. Loving it. I'm loving it. He's wanting a contract. He's wanting this team to excel. That is awesome. He wants them to go to the playoffs, everyone. I mean, can we not say enough good things about the last couple of games of Brock Boeser? And then we get into overtime. And I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let you say it all, okay? But we'll talk about there. I'm going to dive into your comments of if you're buying that the Canucks have to play good defensive hockey and have low shots to have a shot at winning games. I'm going to dive into that conversation right now. Let's see. Canucks Uncensored here. Low shots to win games. I know it doesn't make sense, but can we just focus on the top there, buddy? The defensive efforts. Now, to make the argument is, are we playing good enough defensive hockey to even say that, right? Are we saying it, because you're right, just low shots to win games? Well, it's quantity. Like, let's be honest, it's quantity over quality, right? So, yeah. But there's a lot of pieces to them. I think Green's comment here too is horrible face-off game overall, except Petey, who went 10 for 20. At least the Canucks got a point. That's right, Kelly. Absolutely. I know, Elfrin, we need to string some W's in here. But yes, Jesse, good on Boeser for even getting us to overtime. We didn't deserve a point and at least we got a point, right? I think that's the biggest takeaway. Bing Tang Warrior saying the same thing. 1 point is better than 0 points. Green says, got to remember that we're also missing Hedl with already lackluster center depth, gutsy effort tonight. Yeah, but let's be honest, Hedl's not going to be the biggest difference maker in a game. He's really a third line center playing second line minutes. Alfred says not sustainable to success with this strategy, so he's not buying that we're going to play defensive. Yeah, that's where the Canucks and Blues need to be. They need to be in that line. There's only one team that's going to make it there, and so they're fighting for that one. Yeah, Dan, he's playing for a fat new contract, and he wants his team to excel, right? But you're right. We need good defense and more shots on net. I agree with that statement wholeheartedly, but they're saying if you're going to play a defensive game, you're not going to have the shots. And I'm like thinking, oh my goodness. Yeah, Alfred, Binnington has been hot since the Four Nations. Absolutely. Yeah, Sherwood is having a season with us. I think he's having a career year if I'm not wrong. St. Louis' first 2 goals were kind of lucky, deflections off of sticks. Hughes, then DeBrusque. The Holloway goal was beautiful. Green says Hoffer has been better than Binnington since Four Nations. They played both goalies 50-50 since then. Hoffer has better numbers. Interesting. Kelly says Tocchet wanted more passing than shooting, which messed up EP40. Really? I've been hearing comments, Kelly, about him saying we need to shoot the puck more. So, yeah, I mean, he had 102 points, but we didn't make the playoffs that year, right? So we have to be careful there. Yeah, I wish Besser had gotten a hat trick and an OT win. It would have been awesome. Yeah, we can say great things right now about how the Canucks are playing. Yeah, I mean, some of the things, really. So Green says good defense and low shots are not intertwined. They are great shot suppression. What great ST? What does that mean? But we all know our forward group is lacking. Yes, absolutely. Don't think the low scoring is lack of effort or style. It's personnel. I'm okay. That's probably right. Dreamer, I'm glad they got 1 point as well. That was DeBrusque's worst game of the season. That's a good point, Russ. I like that old Garland, Amon, Joshua reunion. That's. I mean, isn't it Bluger? That's the one, Briz. Yeah, oh man, that was awesome when he scored that. What a goal. Briz, I don't know why Besser and Petey haven't been together a long time back. Well, to be honest, Brock hasn't played great with Pettersson. He played great with JT Miller. That's the reason why. So, but classic OT loss for the Nucks. That's true. So, Besser tying the game up with 2.7 seconds left on the clock. That reminds me of doing that in Nashville during Game 4 of the 2024 playoffs. Yep. Yeah, Briz, all those miserable OT losses have caught up in the standings for sure. Okay, I'm gonna dive into some more comments. We got a huge point. Onto the Rangers, can't overanalyze it. It's turning into every game now is the biggest game of the year for Vancouver. So it's going to be must-see TV. I'm looking forward to that game a lot. But let's, I love this comment. Lanks plays with his heart game after game. We love to see that. And that Amon line is all 8s, right? So that's pretty cool. Green says Sherwood tied the record for most hits in a season with his 10th tonight. 380. That is absolutely insane that a forward is got the most and has broken the record. Okay. Absolutely amazing. Now we're going to get into the promo, And then I'm going to get into your comments about overtime. All right. So let's do that. And then I'm going to get into your comments. And I've got to take this comment down so I can do the promo properly. Let's do the promo properly, and then we'll go there. So I'm accused of a lot of things on this channel, and granted, it is my channel. I can say what I want. I put the time in and all that kind of stuff. But I do appreciate your comments and your thoughts. And that's why I do post-game shows. That's why I do live streams. So I like the Canucks conversation. But I'm not going to make a comment right now. I'm going to wait for you to make a comment to talk about overtime. So let me know what your thoughts were about Pettersson. Post them in the comments, okay? Post them in the comments, and let's just say Pettersson game and overtime performance. Okay, maybe we'll show a little bit of grace there. Maybe not. This is your time to talk about Pettersson. Okay, I've seen some things online. I've had friends message me, but I want to know what you thought about Pettersson's night tonight. And I'm not going to say anything. I'm just gonna read your comments, maybe comment on your comment. But there's a number of comments in here already, and so we're going to dive into that. Let's get in here. Yeah, amazing setup from Hughes. Nice pass from Petey. That's the Brock Besser goal. Is that the one that you're talking about? Briz says that pass from Petey was something. I mean, that's, if they say if you can't say anything good at all, don't say anything. You can't say anything good at all, right? Right? Dan says Petey was responsible for the OT winner, right? Yeah, it looked bad. What else did people say here? Petey sort of lost control of the puck in overtime as well, though. Did he sort of do it, or did he do it? That's what I want to know. All right, so that's some of the comments above about Pettersson. I got to go below now. Let me just see. Yeah, we lost, Rod. We absolutely lost. Amazing 3 seconds left, and then Lanky with the great save, but couldn't get that one an extra point, extra time. Okay. I'm gonna get down to here. Fumbled the puck at the end. That's what Pettersson had. Got bailed out in overtime twice, but still couldn't generate anything. My buddy said, I'm going to buy a Lankinen jersey, and then they scored those 2 quick goals. That's hilarious, man. It's Coach Rob's birthday. Happy birthday, buddy. Happy birthday. What are you, like 39? Petey got hung up to dry on the OT winner a little bit. Just a little bit. Tyler, you're right. Got a point, which is better than nothing, 100%. Petey needs to win those faceoffs in overtime. Absolutely. He needs to do that. He is not a great faceoff guy. He had that one game where he had 20 faceoff wins, which was amazing. But don't talk about the rest of his season. It's been pretty bad. Or I would say pretty bad for a quote-unquote number 1C. Like I said earlier on Canuck YouTube channel, I predicted Brock Besser would get 2 goals. Well done. I did not predict a victory, however. Big Hog is my witness there. He tied the record. That's all about. Oh, you're talking about the Sherwood hits. Petey was good in the game, not good in overtime. Dreamer. I saw a lot of people say that, so that's good. He had 2 points, but I still don't think he was great. Needs to be better at the faceoffs, Steven says. Let's actually go to that. I want to make sure. I thought he only had 1 point, but he must have had 2. He had 2 assists. Okay, that's good. That's good. He needs to have the production, right? Absolutely needs the production. 2 blocks, 3 hits, 2 giveaways, 45% in the face-off circle. Not bad. Not bad. Best centerman for tonight doing that. I forgot I didn't see most of the game. Did Petey get any points? He had 2 assists. I'm so exhausted on low sugar fumes, okay? Bing Tang Murray wants us to plan the parade. That's the optimism we need. Dan says overtime Petey will get his game back, hopefully. Instead of Petey trying to puck handle in the zone, retreat to the D zone until your players get back on 1 versus 3 Petey. Yeah, that was frustrating for sure. Mixed bag tonight for Petey. Some good plays, but also failed to deliver in the biggest moments. Yeah, you're right. He had a good night on the face-offs. If he was 10 for 20, why does it say here that he was 45%? I don't know why it says that. But anyways, it's basically the same thing either way, right? So Elfrin says, had DeBrusk not checked so deep on Holloway, that 2-on-1 would not have happened in overtime. Yeah, 40 coughed up the puck, but I thought 70s era was I can't say that word right now. Regionus going deep and changing at the wrong time. Lefty says, couldn't believe my eyes. O'Connor looked good for 10 seconds of one shift. Pick it up, man. You got the speed. Use it. Yeah, I mean, it is that. We don't get the single point without Petey. Picking at the mistake is petty. Not really when it's overtime. And I'm just saying that this is all over X. So it's not all over social media. So I don't know if people are nitpicking here. It was pretty bad. Nothing is perfect says DeBrusk change in overtime was nearly as bad as Hughes' effort on the overtime goal. Okay. He bobbled it. Good. I was watching the St. Louis feed, and Ray Ferreira was like, Petey was surrounded. So 1-on-3 didn't work out. Dan says we need Howie Merker to break the highlights down on his Telecaster. 55. I was wrong. I said 39. Congrats, man. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, buddy. Absolutely. Rob, happy birthday. Don't buy a Lankinen jersey. He is clutch 50% of the time. The other 50% he chokes. He chokes? I don't know. He didn't choke tonight. When Petey looked up in overtime, he saw 3 dark jerseys. He should have dumped it back to his goalie. Yeah, hindsight 2020, right? I think that I saw Petey fell and no penalty and lost the puck. Yeah, there was no penalty there. Pettersson has to take charge in overtime, plays like he doesn't want to get hit. Yep. Nobody wants to get hit, but Colin, wow, the Petey hate is really getting old, guys. The guy is a huge part of us getting the point. And no. This is what happens, Colin, when you're making $11.6 million. You are expected to produce. So I know it's hard for you to hear, but, yeah, it's 1-on-3. It was 1-on-3. Don't forget that. But yeah, right. Pettersson played good third period, but OT, he messed up. Hopefully it doesn't discourage him and make him play like January Pettersson. Canucks need to bag a center in the free agent, or draft. Well, draft takes 2 to 3 years to get them here. Ratu should have been activated, need his face-off wins. Mike, that's a good comment. Jeevan, that's right. 10 a.m. early start against the Rangers. I'm going to say they lose because whenever I predict a loss, they win. Today I thought they would win, but they lost. Okay, sounds good. It was partially Hughes' fault. His pass was kind of sloppy in their zone. Really? I'll have to rewatch that. Maybe you're right. Canucks Uncensored says, after O'Connor's performance last game against the Jets, I was hoping he could follow up. Yeah, that would have been nice. Praying Canucks get Bennett, but knowing Alvin, he'll just miss his alarm. Really? Like, you don't think that they go after guys? Alfred, Pettersson versus Miller will be my birthday treat. A Canucks win against the Rangers will be icing and cherry on the top. That's cool. The only time where I'm okay with dumping it in at the moment. Happy birthday to Rob. I'm thinking that people are upset that no call on PD when he was tripped. Stuart Baker is in the building saying that we lost 4-3 in overtime. I was upset for sure. Okay. But I don't expect the refs to make that call in overtime. I agree with you. Blazer fan, this is what I'm wanting. Ehlers and Bennett, I really would like. I don't think Marner's going to be available, but I want Bennett for sure. Will he come to Vancouver, though? Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you guys. DeBrusk, Hughes, and Myers should shoulder the blame for this loss. Petey sits fourth on my blame list. Okay. Green says Petey did produce, and that mistake in OT wouldn't have happened without him. Petey Besser line was basically only line to do anything besides Woodsy line. So, well, there's only 4 lines. So 2 of the 4 didn't do anything. Happy birthday, Rob. Too bad we lost. It's going to be a tough road trip as long as we got a point. Yep, that's good news. The story of the game, Canucks stars not showing up. Besser and Elias didn't contribute like they should, and it cost them the game. That's David W's take. I wonder what our record is compared to morning games to late games is. Yeah, I'm not sure. Stuart, you think we're going to win 7-2 on Saturday? Interesting. I thought they did call penalty in overtime. Shannon says, even if Hughes didn't have the best game of the rest team, the best game, the rest of the team needs to set up for the guy carrying the team. Yeah, I'm okay with that, Green. This is fair comment. A lot of players to blame for this loss before PD. I hope so, but can't get greedy. Bennett seems more tougher than Ehlers. Well, they play different positions, right? One's a winger and one's a center. Why Bennett? Because he's a playoff player. He's a centerman. He's a tough guy. He's tough to play against. Good guy. I called 4-3 OT. Canucks, such a close prediction. Yeah, absolutely. I called a 3-2 Canucks win, but I was wrong. David, what game did you watch? Besser, 2 of 3 goals. PD, 2 assists on 2 goals. How did they not perform? Yeah, they're calling you out, David W. Calvin, because Bennett isn't wanted in Florida, he's not Wayne Gretzky. Well, they don't want to spend all that money, right? Do you think Hedl and Demko can save us? Nope. I don't think we even need those guys to make the playoffs. I still think we have enough players. We could do that. That goal by Besser tonight was amazing, wasn't it, Curtis? I see Saturday just being a sloppy game. Canucks can't play in the morning. Nothing. I'm mainly concerned with Pettersson. He has been a shadow of himself for over 1 year, and fans are getting tired. Yeah, but then he's been good lately. Angelo came late at YVR night flight. Man, you fly a lot. Going back to the Philippines again? Just a sorry effort. I mean, we didn't deserve a point. We got lucky with the snipe of Besser. Yeah, he's a tough guy. He's a tough guy. Yeah, let's beat the Rangers, but they're in the same boat as us, trying to make the playoffs on the other side in the East. I don't think Petey's back, but he might be. He might be back. Time. I'm giving him till the end of the season before I say yes or no on that. Actually, he might be back. Had the Blues win after Besser scored, I was shocked. Petey has a 6-game point streak going. He is playing way better. I agree. Oh, you was right. Eller is a winger. Yep. I Googled top centers and they had Ellers in there, but it had top guys in free agency. Oh, yeah. So it was the Philippines. Okay. How many more Winnipeg-like wins do we have left in us? That's a great question. Maybe Winnipeg win was the best one of the year and is the best one of the year. We'll see. From a 6-2 win versus Winnipeg to a 4-3 overtime loss versus St. Louis. What, 180 turn? I don't think so. That's not 180 turn. 180 turn would be losing 6-2 to St. Louis, right? Yeah, Stars showed up late but didn't help. Yeah. Petey is back. If actively losing us games is back, then I'm quite concerned. Canucks Uncensored, maybe one more game. One more Winnipeg game. And losing us games. Yeah, I know. It's controversial. It's controversial, right? Well, it's disappointing, everyone. It honestly is disappointing that we didn't win this game. We had opportunities to. We didn't. It was frustrating for sure. I think that he wants us to. People want to see Pettersson clutch it up in overtime. That's really what it does. Instead, he fumbled it, and we end up getting scored on. I think that's what he's trying to say, everyone. So I'm not blaming Pettersson on the loss, not at all. I know a lot of people are. St. Louis has also been the hottest team since Four Nations. We're 10-2-2 coming into tonight. That actually is a really great point. It's very fair. Calgary won. St. Louis won. We could have given ourselves more breathing room with winning in regulation, but unfortunately didn't go that way. And Jeevan, you know what I just kind of learned from this is it's just going to be a dogfight to the end. These teams aren't that great. And whoever plays the best at the end here is going to make it. So can I win the Stanley Cup 2025, beat Montreal Canadiens and Vancouver Parade in Nanaimo? That would be great. I hope they do win the Stanley Cup, but I don't think they are. David is not a bot, everyone. I've literally seen him. He is not a bot. You can check out his channel. He is alive and well. I want to make the playoffs so we can evaluate EP40 properly because last playoffs he was disappointing. Good point. Curtis, I wonder what Rick Tocchet has been thinking about. Oh, man, he must be frustrated. If Pettersson can score at a goal per game pace for the rest of the season, I'll say he's back. But until then, he's not. Well, he's not a shoot first guy. So I don't know if that's a fair expectation, but I'm okay with the points. Why Canucks seem scared of holding on to the puck every time they receive the puck? It's like their hands are hard as rocks. Yeah, I'm not sure. Jeevan says, may I add on Utah also won, so isn't that just great? Yeah, wonderful. A goal a game for 13 games. No one's done that this year. That's true. Yeah, it's unrealistic in my opinion too. But no. He's allowed to share. He's allowed to share his opinion, guys. Yeah, I don't know. At this stage, I'm not saying he's totally back, but he's way better than he was. I'm very happy about that. Pettersson had 10 points in his last 8 games. He's back. Petey didn't lose this game. He didn't. You know, well, yeah. I understand why people think he did, but maybe it's just unfair. DeBrusk missed his check on the goal of the face-off, then charged at a bad time. In overtime, then Hughes blew his coverage, an OT winner. Not worried about Petey. We got bigger problems now. Okay, that's fair. I like that. Big Hog says Russell equals Canucks icing and Kine changing coach. Kine? What's that mean? He is not 100% back, but he is playing way better, though. I agree, Colin. We should support him. Should my expectations not be high for an $11.6 million player? Yes, they should be high, but a goal a game for the next 13 games, I think is unrealistic. So if you'd say a point a game, I'm there, but not a goal a game. Not a goal a game. If you said my expectation for the greatest scorer of all time, Ovechkin, is that he has to score 13 goals in the next 13 games, that would be an unrealistic expectation. So, yeah, it's just not realistic. Yeah. I don't think it's hate, guys. It's just that he has higher expectations than you have and I have. It's unrealistic. It's not reasonable in my opinion as well, but he's entitled to his opinion. Wish they did 4-on-4 in overtime. Yeah, Dreamer, I like that too. Oh, line changing coach. Yeah, Petey is halfway back and almost back to making 11.6, but almost there. Murray, welcome to the show. Good to have you all the way from New Zealand. Yeah, a point a game is totally fair. I'm with that. That's not even my expectation to say he's back. He does not need to get a point a game for the rest of the season. I would like him to do that, but he needs to produce offensively, not just defensively. So I would even have the bar a little bit lower. Even if he scores 80%, like has a point 80% of the games to the next how many games we got, I'm okay with that. Point per game is not good enough. I think it is, David, but Petey's skating is way better now, proving he was hurt until now this season. I don't think that proves it, but I'm worried Hughes is playing too much. He is clearly playing hurt. Blazer fan says, wouldn't be awesome if Tocchet doesn't come back. John Cooper comes to Vancouver for a new season. Oh, I would love that. I agree. We need to play Hughes a little less every game. Yeah, this is a good point. Petey has a sub-forward group to work with. Now, in saying that, the Höglander or DeBrusk on the left-hand side and Besser on the right, you've got the best options. So he needs to produce, even though that is something that I think is more realistic. I'm tired of the excuses for him. He's literally getting the best players to work with, in my opinion, especially when it's DeBrusk and Besser. I definitely thought DeBrusk cost us the game tonight. Petey helped us get to OT, but let's not forget that. We're not forgetting it. Go says, I still believe in the Canucks to make the playoffs. I do too. Point per game equals he halfback. Man, you guys are rough on him. Russell, I'll be taking Hughes out to lunch tomorrow. I know a miracle massager who can fix him right up. Okay? Dreamer, EP40. Kevin says, the way PD and Besser are playing, I was surprised they didn't put DeBrusque PD on overtime. On and together. Curtis, I wish the refs shouldn't under review when St. Louis scored. Clearly, the puck wasn't crossed the line. Do you agree? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I watched the highlights as they didn't show it live here. From what I saw, they played reasonably okay, but had a bit were a bit unlucky. Okay, so I think we got lucky. We scored with 2.7 seconds left to force it to overtime. We should have not even got a point. I'm thankful for the point. Yeah, those OT line changes are embarrassing. That's what nothing is perfect is saying, that the Canucks are nothing perfect there on the line change for sure. Yeah. Best players, yes, currently on the team. Look around the league. We do lack elite forward talent more than almost every other team in the NHL. 100%. We traded our best forward away in JT Miller. So take away your best forward off of any team and it still hurts. But yes, you're right. We need probably 2 or 3 guys to help us there. Kevin wants us to bring back Bo Horvat. I don't know. I don't think that's the answer, but a lot of people love Bo here. Need to see his team go on a heater. Can't do this in the playoffs. You need consistency. That's true, Jeevan. Yeah, that is going to be the goal this summer. Absolutely, David W. The Blazers fan says too many guys not changing when they need to change, sitting out there too long. Vancouver Canucks should upgrade their fan base. That might be a real accurate thing, but that's fandom. Besser tied Horvat for 8th most career Canuck goals, 201 tonight. That's amazing, and he did it in 80 games less. That's amazing. Thanks so much, Nothing is Perfect, for being here. Did anyone see that tripping call in overtime on PD? That has to be called. And I think Colin said it really. He said that's not going to get called in overtime, Roberto. I think we're just biased in that one. Yeah, Shannon, you've been a very big supporter of PD, but you're right. He needs to produce more. But he got 2 assists tonight. I'm happy with that. We lack a top 6 center. Had one. That's at the end of the day. Who traded the second line center? I think he was the number 1 line center, but there. You can say that about any fan base, guys. Sean, Hughes is not 100% for sure, as he's still reeling from injury sustained at the beginning of the season. His body has not been able to heal fully due to the stress factors. 4 Nations solved nothing. Brian just jumped in. Coaches playing Hughes too much, especially with all his injuries. When we win, nobody says that. Imagine if we had half of our overtime losses in points. Yeah, we'd be up there with LA. JT was not our best forward. Yeah, yes, he was. How's he been doing lately? Yeah, he struggled lately. Yep. Yeah, no points in 3 games, no wins while in a playoff race. I'm not forgetting JT. It's just the fact. JT was our best forward this season, and then we traded him away. And what we traded him for was a 3rd line center and Mancini. And then we took that 1st round pick as well and traded it for Marcus Pettersson. That's what we did. We could have gotten Marcus Pettersson for a 1st round pick anyways. We would have given him our 1st round pick. Could have kept Miller and not went and got Hedl and Mancini. But it is what it is. He's no longer here. I hear what you're saying, Green, but losing him hurt. That end of story. So, yeah, I think 10 points in 8 games is good production. It's pretty good production. The Vancouver Canucks arena needs a soda factory in the arena that has every drink you can think of. Okay. Yep. Yeah, this is true. PD has a 6-game point streak. Miller has no points in 3. What happened to that guy called the PD police? There's a lot of PD police here still around. Scott says, I'm already looking forward to next season's fresh start with no drama. That's true, Scott. But don't you think in Canuckland there's always drama? Jack is here. Can't believe management couldn't keep this guy. It sucks. Yep. I think Murray says I think they missed Leckermacki. Yeah, too bad he wasn't there. I believe we can still make it on OT losses. Yep. Wrong. JT was our best forward last season. He was utterly atrocious. He was better than Pettersson. Who was the best forward for the Vancouver Canucks when JT Miller got traded? Post it. It was not Pettersson, so do not post that in here. Name who was better than JT Miller when he got traded. What forward? And it's got to be clearly, right? It can't be close. It can't be close. There wasn't anyone. You know what, Green? You know what? I know you don't want to agree with me on this one. I get it. But JT was our best forward this year. Even though he was struggling, he still was our best forward. Yeah, I understand. They said there was a rift. So, I hope we won Saturday. Yeah, I mean, how do you replace a top 6 center? Yeah, that's really difficult. Did anyone forget about Burry when we went to Florida? No. Did anyone forget about Kessler when he went to Anaheim? No. Did anyone forget about Bo when he Islanders? No. JT Miller? No, we're not forgetting. Yeah, we're not forgetting. Ryan, considering what this team has gone through this year, I am proud of this team. There's a lot of stuff going on, right? So, yeah. I mean, he's played really good in New York until the last 3 games, everyone. So, I don't know. Believe in blue, absolutely, Shannon. Susie not good, doing good in New York. Well, that's not a surprise for me. Yeah, I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that you guarantee his overall metrics are better. Are you talking for his career? Like, I'm just talking about while they've been in Vancouver together. Let's just talk about that. Let's talk about this year, last year, the year before that. Let's talk about the last 4 years. Give me those ones. We got to make a blockbuster, I'm guessing. Maybe, Jack, maybe. We might be able to get one in free agency. The only thing I would say about JT is there's no I in team. Blazer fan, this is some of the stuff he wants at Rogers Arena. Have a good night. There is an I in team, but it got crossed over to make a T. I don't really get that one. Canucks are dumb for trading Miller. Him and Pettersson would have worked it out because they are professionals. It's a fail by management. I was talking about this season. Okay, I can't see a scenario with Miller and Pettersson for the time they played in Vancouver that Pettersson was better than JT Miller. But you can go ahead and look at that. Go for it. Let's get a win Saturday morning. No, I'm not. I'm just saying I want to keep it to this season while they played in Vancouver. Let's just talk about that. Let's talk about that. Because that's a fair one. That's a fair one. Well, at least JT said hockey is fun again. Yeah, right. And I think, Jeevan, this is a fair point. I think there are fans starting to lose trust in management. We're going to find out. This summer will be very important for them. Magnesium says Miller was a problem for a lot of Canucks, not just Petey. No, I'm not just looking at offense, but it is a big factor for sure. We got the decor locked up. Okay, can we just, for a moment, just like this whole Pettersson Miller conversation that's going to last for years and years and years. I get it. Okay, let me just be very, very, very clear. At the end of the day, JT Miller's gone. Pettersson's still here. But what I'm commenting on mostly is that everyone says we need a top center or top six center, as you said, and we traded one away. My argument is that we traded the best forward on the team away. That's my point. Okay. He was last year. He was this year. Our whole team has sucked except for Quinn Hughes. Okay. And Lankinen. Sherwood's been good too. That's what I'm talking about here. Point production this year, the whole team's been terrible, except for Quinn Hughes. Suter and Sherwood are having career years, but they're role players. And we traded away a top centerman, and everyone's like, we need a top center. It's like, yeah, we had one. We traded him away. So that's the only thing I want to really talk about, but you can talk about all the analytics if you want and go for it. We got the decor locked up for next year. Hopefully Demko makes a team-friendly deal. We just need to lock up some decent top 4 players. It's easier said than done, but you're right. I'm booking a win for my birthday on Saturday. Hey, happy birthday. I'm an analyst for City TV and just had someone check this for me. Like what, in the last 10 seconds? EPD was better than JT Miller in the preseason as he played more games than Miller. Miller only played 1 preseason game. I don't really understand why you would post that. Is that it's supposed to be a joke that we're talking about the preseason? Like, otherwise, JT Miller, is the best Canuck since Henrik Sedin, the best forward. That's what I get it. This summer needs to be a big summer. Yep. The other point about Miller versus Pettersson is we could have gotten a second C back for Pettersson plus a D-man. Yeah. Yeah, like instead of trading Miller away, could have we traded away Pettersson and got more Hall? Like the Cousins Byram deal or the Dobson Brock Nelson, Danny Nelson deal. Yeah. No, that's not true. That's not true. Miller was better than Pettersson, guys. It just okay. We're gonna have to agree to disagree on this one. And we got DPD, and that player has concussions and may not be good to play. Oh, I had AI check it for me. That is someone. Technically, that isn't someone. Overall, maybe, but this year PD was better. No. Defensively, sure, but he was so atrocious offensively, guys. Like it's so bad. Like Beachz is like he's acting like a third line center. Like that's Beachz. It's not me saying that. Well, I'm saying that too, but it's interesting. Okay, I honestly don't want to talk about this anymore, and it's not because I'm like quote unquote. You guys would think I'm losing this argument. It's honestly a waste of time. So let's just keep it. We're just going to talk about the game tonight, but we're done talking about that. There'll be, I'm going to do my live stream. I think I'll do it right after the game on Saturday. So stay tuned. Looking forward to that game. Looking forward. It's a huge game. Again, another big game. Big game for the Rangers. Big game for the Canucks. Looking forward to it. So let's go there. Let's go there. Okay. So I'm hoping that we win. I don't know what my prediction is going to be. Honestly, I don't know. I just hope we win. That's it. So yeah, we're just going to agree to disagree, and that's okay. I appreciate everyone being here. That's awesome. And yeah, I don't know what the score is going to be on Saturday either. So yeah, if things go bad next year, oh boy, let's go. So Angelo's going to say 9-3 Rangers. Canucks win 5-2. I'd love that. Dreamer says they both had off years. Yep, I agree. Think Trev, you're missing the point. If you have a player and a team who for one reason or another supposedly does not get on with the teammate or whatever, you have to let them go full stop. Maybe, maybe not. I want people that are passionate about winning on my team. And now everyone's like, oh, well, we're missing that guy. Yeah, we are. We traded him away. So, but yeah, again, agree to disagree. 5-3 Canucks, 6-3 Rangers, 2-1 Canucks. Saturday's game is at 2 p.m. my time. Going to be great. So that must be, is it, what time is it on? Let's go here. So is that 11 a.m. or 10 a.m.? Let's see. It is 10 a.m. Pacific time. Stuart says we're going to win 7-2. Shannon says Brock Besser with the first goal. Coach Robert Willie says we're going to win 4-3. Yeah, you don't want, as a Canucks fan, you don't want that to happen. Dreamer says 2-1 overtime Canucks. Canucks have the advantage Saturday, so going to say 4-2 Canucks. Empty netter. I like that prediction. The New York Rangers, fresh off a loss versus the Leafs and the Flames, will come out hard versus the Canucks and won't be surprised if the Rangers score at least 3 goals on the Canucks. Green says 5-1 Canucks. That's positive. Miller uppercuts himself again. That's awesome. Blazer fan says if Canucks actually tried to go for Bedard that one season, then making the playoffs. I wish we would have done that. We shouldn't have started Demko. That was the problem. I'm in Atlantic Canada, so it's 2:30 a.m. here. Wow, you're dedicated. Good to see you, Kevin. Are you at work? You must be. Mike says 4-3 Canucks in overtime. Pettersson with a winning goal. I'd love that. I'd absolutely love that. Okay, everyone, I'm going to call it a night. It's almost a full hour of streaming. Thanks so much for being here, everyone. Appreciate each one of you. And let's keep cheering this team on. Got a point tonight. Wish we got 2. Kind of got lucky because Besser scored with 2.7 seconds left. But the point counts for us. And let's see how the rest of the season goes. Thanks for being here. Go Canucks, go. What?